Hey, what's going on there, YouTube? This is SEL050 and JBS. I want to give you guys a quick review for Batman Ninja. Just to let you guys know I'm not feeling all that well. Throat's a little sore, dealing with some other things, but praise God, I'm doing good right now, and definitely keep me lifted up in your prayers. So, Batman Ninja. I honestly had not seen one trailer. I wanted to react to the trailer, but I've intentionally kept myself from watching because everybody said to me that this looks amazing. I heard that it got rave reviews a few months back, or maybe like a month ago, and now it is available right now for digital download on Amazon, iTunes, and everything else, and it will be available on May 8th, I believe, for Blu-ray and DVD. And I can say this absolutely, you will not be wasting your money. This is actually one of the best animations that honestly they've ever done for the DC animated universe. Like, I think that the Batman Gotham Knight came really close to trying to play with ideas like this, but this incorporated such imagery and lines and animations, and it pays so much homage to not just anime as a cultural phenomenon in and of itself, but also the Japanese history, the hierarchy, everything about Japanese culture in and of itself. In some way, shape, or form, they do touch on it in this movie, and I can definitely appreciate it. It is amazing. But then what about us DC fans? What about anybody that's a fan of these DC characters? They have them all. Every single rogue that is the most notable, and every single, DC hero, so to speak, in some way, shape, or form, their presence is felt in this film, even more so than Batman on Gaslight. One of the things I thought was really dope is the fact that I'll say this: I only watched the dubbing, so I'm not sure how the Japanese voice acting was as far as with the English translation through subtitles, but the English translation was dope. Like, I mean, I think that the animation style worked with the voice acting just as good as what I saw from even the dubbing. I can't remember the voice acting talent, but they did go over a few names. But everybody did great. Specifically, the voice for Joker. I think it was Tony Hale. Tony Hale, if you don't know from Arrested Development, he was actually the Joker for this one. They had Will Friedle that did the voice for the Red Robin and the Red Hood, who did great. Who else? I feel like I know who they got for Batman, but I can't find the name. I apologize. I'll research that back. But the voice acting talent was actually really impeccably awesome. But in terms of like how these characters function, like who they are, I think that they got every single character perfectly set. Now, I'll say this: Damian Wayne plays Robin in this one. He is more on the light side. He's not exactly the Damian we're used to. He's actually a lot more likable. And I think that it worked for what they were supposed to do and use him for. Because some of the stuff that happens in this, specifically the third act, you're going to be like, this is some unbelievable stuff. But I think that what'll paint the picture for you is when Batman goes up against the Joker in the very beginning of the film, when everything happens and transpires in Japan, and you realize that Joker has the upper hand on Batman, but Batman has his Batmobile. And what Batman has to do to be able to go against Joker, what Joker does to counter, it sets the stage for the final third act. And if you thought the things that happened in the first act was crazy, you ain't seen nothing yet. But then the ending sword fight was so great. The collaboration of, I don't want to spoil anything, the different things that happen with, I don't want to spoil anything. There's different factions in this, on the villains and the hero side, that you're gonna appreciate, being just DC and Batman fans in and of themselves. And I just gotta say, man, this was a great film. Like, it legit sometimes made no sense, and you're just gonna be like, okay, just wing it. But from what was happening and what you're seeing visually and viscerally, it's almost like a visual masterpiece, because some things don't work, I'll say that. All I can say is monkeys. But then there's so many things that when you think something doesn't work, you're like, okay, there's a reason behind it. And it's just like the payoff. For everything that you think doesn't work or it comes out too campy or too cheesy, there's an ultimate payoff with it. And there's some serious moments that happen. I was really checking to see if this actually was rated R, but it was PG-13. And I think that if it was rated R, it would have took away from certain things. But I think that they pushed that tone to the limit. And there's some things that happen, I'm just like, wow. I know I'm not describing what I can, but I think that it would better service you to just watch the film and just brace yourself, because you're not going to be prepared for what happens. You're going to be like, how is this happening? What's going on? You know, and then by the end of it, you're going to get met with this pleasant surprise of a story. And also, by the end of it, there's also a cutscene after the general credits, so definitely stay till after. Now, there is one thing that happens with Catwoman in the very beginning of the film that never, to me, gets answered. Maybe you can talk about it later, maybe in a spoiler review or a description bar below, or a comment section below. And then there is something that happens with Gorilla Grodd that doesn't get answered necessarily. But I don't know, you can float with it. Oh, and there is an actual, towards the very end of the film, during the credit scene, there's a nod to the Batman 1989 feature. You'll notice it. It's the smallest, most simplistic thing, but it is a nod to 1989 Batman. But yo, any anime fan, if you love Naruto, if you love, man, I don't want to spoil them. There's just a lot of different things that happen that you're gonna appreciate if you're an anime fan, Japanese lover, or a fan of DC, specifically Batman universe. It's all encompassed into this movie, and I think I really appreciate what they were able to do with it. It had to have taken some time. And I hope they go out there on these limits like this and then in another feature in some way, shape, or form. So, hope y'all enjoyed this review. Keep it locked. JBS. We ain't gonna stop. Have a blessing. Peace, guys.